Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shout out to you, Akim, on all four corners, pushing his word in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and freedom to do so. To you, Aqua, for you sisters out there listening and learning, and to you, Confusion of Face Brothers, to you, I say Shalom. This is an article I found on an RT News called Drunk Students Who Vandalized Jewish Cemetery in France, Not Motivated by Anti-Semitism, police say. And, whether this is real or fake, it's more, it more has to do with, what's it called? That welfare state of Israel. And, it has to do with Satan divided against Satan, because whether this is real or fake, it's safe to say Edomites probably did this, It's pretty much like, but this is pretty much to promote anti-Semitism, and to push that word out there of you hate Jewish people, it's like, but they're not the true Jews. So that anti-Semitism, it's some bullshit, and it's this whole thing is just Esau scared, because like I said, whether this is real or fake, this article is just pushing that anti-Semitism thing, which they're not Semites, they're Shemites. Go in the book of Genesis. There's Genesis 6 and 10, and Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Japheth is people who were in Europe before Esau took over. Ham were the people in Africa, the land of Mizraim, and Shem were dwelling in the nation of Israel. So let's go a little bit further. Because Esau's a Shemite too. So let me just find it. This is Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So Jacob and Esau were both born by the same earthly parents. Now when we go back to Genesis, I believe it's 9 and 10. 9 and 17. And God said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth from the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. So the Hamites were in the land of Canaan. Hamites are not Israelites. And Japheth was up in Europe, so-called Europe. And I skipped down to 9:25. And Genesis 9:25, and he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, power of Shem. And Canaan shall be his servant, and power shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So up here it says in Genesis 9:8, and power spoke unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, and behold, I will establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. But after Ham looked upon his father's nakedness, see that you see Noah saying in 9:26 again, and he said, blessed be the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, power of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So when you see this thing about anti-Semitism, first of all, they ain't no Semites, they're Shemites. And second of all, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let's go to generations of Shem. Genesis 10 and 21. And unto Shem also, I'll start 10 and 22. The children of Shem, Elam, Asher, Aphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mesh. All right, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Yes, Slovakia. I just woke up, so sorry if I'm a little bit here and there. Genesis 11 and 10. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 530 years and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begat Eber. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 430 years and begat Peleg. Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Reu, who lived 230 years, begat Serug. And Reu, after he begat Serug 207 years and begat sons and daughters. And so on and so forth. Dumping down at 11 and 27. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abraham, Nor, Haran, and Haran begat Lot. So Abraham, we know Abraham is, of the seed of Shem. And we know Jacob is of the seed of Abraham. But, the Lord's about dividing up the nations, like I said in Genesis 25 and 25. Oh yeah, on a side note, Ishmael is a Shemite too. They're not the chosen people, but they are Shemites. Ishmael was the son of Abraham and Hagar, the Egyptian handmaiden. He had a Hamite mother. Ishmael had a Hamite mother, man. But yeah, going back to Genesis 25 and 25, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Separated from thy bowels. One shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Esau slog it. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So, when you see things like anti-Semitism, that ain't nothing but Satan divided against Satan. When you see maybe drunk Edomites, that are vandalizing a so-called Jewish cemetery, that's Satan against Satan, man. They don't even know they're Shemites. I mean, the elites do. That's why you see the Rockefellers try to say they're the seed of Jacob, which they're not. There's Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people that shall take them and bring them to the palace, the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for servants and handmaidens. Yeah, so the strangers in that land, they go cleave to Jacob, but we go put them in captivity. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, right? Because we were captive, we were captivity under them, under Esau and all those other nations, and they shall rule over their oppressors, right? Because he who leadeth into captivity go into captivity. Revelation 13:10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. These are the guys that kill with the sword, man. These are the guys that lead into captivity. Esau and all the other nations. It's mostly Esau right here. But yeah, whether this article is real or fake, it's just the only reason it's out there is because Esau's scared and he wants to push that anti-Semitism thing, so nobody can say nothing. We know the famine of the word is coming, and this is just the sign of the end right here. It's kind of beautiful seeing Satan divide against Satan. Yeah, Luke 11:18. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because you say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. Mark 3:26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but has an end. Right, and this country has been divided itself since the very beginning. Red and blue. Just look at that. Everything. Red coats, blue coats, Bloods, Crips, Democrat, Republican. Satan's always been divided against himself in this place, man. Matthew 12:26, and Satan cast out Satan. He is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? Yeah, so if Satan casting out other Edomites under that banner of anti-Semitism, how can his kingdom stand, man? There's a people divided, man. Slack, it's sometimes quicker to Google. Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they that shall seek to idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards. And the Egyptians I will give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Lord of hosts. Call hello Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Lord willing, this was an edifying video. To Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash for giving me the Holy Spirit to go through this video. And to the next one, I say Shalom. Kwam Yashawala, Wa Ababa Bo.